the beginning, it was simple. Few things were connected. Individual voices were silenced. And you could buy your way to a leadership position with traditional ads. Then, it all changed. Every industry is being disrupted, everyone and everything is being connected. The customer now rules, and speed is the new currency of business. It is the single most powerful and innovative time in the history of technology. Worlds of opportunity are being created daily. Billions of products and devices are being connected. Everyone has a supercomputer in their pocket. An entire planet of apps is exploding before us. We now have the ability to personalize one-to-one connections at massive scale. The social revolution has introduced an entire new world of community, all of it creating a sea of data unlike anything we've ever seen. But the question is, how do you align all these worlds today and succeed? Introducing the Customer Success Platform, the world's most trusted and innovative enterprise cloud. Reimagined so you can succeed and go as fast as the world around you. Take your CRM to a whole new level. Create deeper, more meaningful relationships with each customer and sell smarter and faster as a team from anywhere. Elevate customer service on every single channel and transform service forever by enabling instant help for every customer with the touch of a button. Trigger real-time one-to-one connections and take every customer with you on a journey. Extend the journey in a powerful new way inside your apps and create a personal brand experience for every interaction with every customer. Engage your customers, partners, and employees in vibrant communities so you can rapidly share knowledge, collaborate, and align across your entire ecosystem. Easily surf massive waves of data throughout your entire enterprise so you can operate at the speed of thought and empower your team in a way never before possible. And build mobile apps lightning fast for every single aspect of your business and deploy them instantly across every single device at once. Now you can run your entire business from your phone, tablet, watch, kiosk, or whatever comes next. This is the power of having your sales, service, marketing, community, analytics, and apps in the cloud. This is the new Salesforce. This is the Customer Success Platform.
Thanks, Darshan. Thank you and welcome everybody. I'm really pleased to welcome you all, and thanks for taking time out to come and attend this event today. As you rightly mentioned, I think the world is changing. We are seeing a change everywhere. We are moving to wearables. We are talking about cloud. We are talking about new technologies. And Salesforce, which is a 15-year-old company, is born cloud. We are leaders in the enterprise cloud computing space, and we are humbled by the fact that we've been rated as leaders by most of the analysts like Gartners, Forresters, and our success is primarily pivoted around the success of our customers. I was very pleased to interact with many of the customers, just before we started this event. And it was wonderful to see that we have many customers here. We have prospective customers who are looking at Salesforce, and we also have people from Foundation. I was really amused to see that some of the customers who are the customers from our Foundation are also here. So Foundation is very, very close to Salesforce. We have something, a very unique model called 1:1:1, where we give back to the society. 1% of equity, product, and employee time. So this is very, very close to us, and I'm really pleased to see some of the customers who are from Foundation also here. So please use this platform. I think we have some of the Salesforce employees here. Please feel free to interact with everybody. We have Darshan here. I'm going to welcome him on stage. He's going to talk to us a little bit more about how we can, he's one of the lead sales engineers, and he's going to talk to us about Success Platform. Darshan, please come up on stage, and it's all yours. Thank you.
Is it on? Hi, can everyone hear me? Great. Well, good evening, everybody, and thank you so much for taking time out on a Friday evening to come and attend this session from Salesforce. My name is Darshan Bidappa. I'm a lead sales engineer at Salesforce, and I'd like to take you on a journey on how you can connect with your customers in a whole new way. And we're at Salesforce are going to show you how you can use the Salesforce Customer Success Platform to engage on that new journey. So this is just our note on our safe harbor statement. It just says it's also available on our website, and it says that any purchasing decisions should be made on products which is currently available, because we're always constantly innovating, so we keep bringing out new products. So just make sure purchasing decisions on the latest available products. Now, for 15 years, we've seen Salesforce has been constantly innovating. We've been born cloud, like Arun said. We've been born as a cloud computing model. It's completely transformed the way organizations see and use technology in today's world, right? We have started out early, as we have seen in the 1960s, the mainframes, which were like thousands of computers, connected many people together across different branches and locations. And then we had the client servers, which came in, which were like probably thousands of computers plus, and which were able to connect many, many more people. But then enterprise cloud computing came in, and then it completely shifted the whole layout, because you didn't need to have to invest into hardware, software. You don't have to have an IT infrastructure in place to take care of your upgrades, maintenance, and all of this was taken care of from the cloud computing model itself, automatic upgrades. So that is where the change is going into, because customers are able to see faster success by adopting to the cloud computing model. They don't have to take care of unnecessary things in terms of innovation from their perspective. So the advantage with cloud computing is you're faster from idea to the exact execution of it, and how do you want to connect to your customers. And that's where the cloud computing platform helps you with that. That success has really propelled our customers out to start seeing more and more revenue coming in from different terms. It could be from partners, it could be from customers, it could be from employees, all being able to use the technology from the internet to easily access any app from anywhere. Now, this success, our customers have very enthusiastically accepted our cloud offerings, and this has actually propelled us to being the #1 enterprise cloud computing company, as well as the #1 CRM company according to IDC. Now, we've seen that a lot of these companies constantly have been in this scope where they've been rated by different organizations in terms of how we're contributing to the success of other organizations. So customers have come across and seen that Salesforce adopting to the Salesforce methodology of using the cloud computing technology, they can actually start leveraging information much more seamlessly, much more faster. And that has actually propelled them to see success sooner and earlier than anybody else can outsee there. But what is really passionate about us is the business momentum is really pushed forward because of our customer success. But something which has always been very, very grounded to us is our commitment towards innovation. Now, that is something which is very passionate for us, because we're constantly innovating. We bring out 3 releases every single year. And these are releases incorporated from customers like you who come and tell us that these are the kind of things that we'd like to have in your product. And we bring out these in every single release. We bring it out for our customers. And this innovation has actually propelled us to being the world's most innovative company for 4 years in a row, as rated by Forbes. And that's really exciting to be called an innovative company, because that way you guys can focus more on how you can connect to your customers, and we can take care of all the technology requirements, making that innovation happen for you guys. Like Arden mentioned, something which is very close to us, at Salesforce we have seen the thing about the technology model with the cloud computing, and with the business model, a subscription model or pay-as-you-go model, which Salesforce has been doing for the last 15 years. But what Salesforce also introduced was the philanthropic model, which is the 1-1-1 model. 1% of your time, employee time, 1% of equity, and 1% of our product for nonprofit organizations. And it's really exciting to see that more than 743,000 hours have been contributed by Salesforce employees for Foundation to engage in them, to help them improve in terms of contributing back to the society. I myself have been engaged with the Hope Foundation, as well as a couple of orphanages in Bangalore, where I go and spend time educating kids, telling them about what the benefits of technology, as well as the evils of technology. Because nowadays, everybody, the youngsters are all thinking about putting up Facebook profile, or they want to go ahead and put pictures on every single portal about themselves, but how it can be harmful for them as well. So educating them, and also educating them about how to use software applications, like it could be as simple as Word, Excel, PowerPoints, because a lot of people don't have access to this easily, as most people have out there. So it gives a lot of pleasure and satisfaction when you're going and spending out time and helping somebody see that, bring that smile out in that person's face, because they're actually contributing to somebody and making them feel good, and that gives the person satisfaction. And this success of our customers has actually helped us propel a 30% year-on-year growth in our Q3. And I would like to take this time to thank you, our customers, for helping us to gain this kind of momentum year-on-year, which we've been able to go at Salesforce. It's really helped us. And one thing is, Salesforce is very democratic, because we are not specifically focused only on enterprise organizations or only SMB organizations. We give a stack which is accessible by any kind of an organization. It helps them to take advantage for small companies to the technology which is not accessible by big companies. And for big companies, it is more about innovation, where we bring out new and new products faster to the ground, faster to market, so you can start leveraging those products. Because if you look at most of these other products which is out there in the market, be it like an SAP or an Oracle or a Microsoft, most of these technologies have been there for a while, but they've started adopting this very late, where we started this 15 years back and we've been constantly innovating. So it's always a catch-up game that they're playing behind us. Now, one thing I really like to say is what I like about my role is the technology that we use constantly keeps changing, right? And change is something which everybody looks up to see what's new, what's happening. And in today's world, all of us carry smartphones. All of us carry devices like a Fitbit device, or device which tracks you of how many calories you burnt in a day, how many steps have you taken. I have a phone which shows me in terms of how much calories I burn out. So a lot of these things, it's all connected, and these connections are actually driving more and more interactions with your own customers, and everything is getting connected. As you would see earlier, it would be like probably thousands of mainframe computers connected, and then it moved to about millions of other systems getting connected using the LAN and WAN connections. But nowadays, we have got billions of connected items. In fact, analysts are saying that by 2020, we're going to be having 75 billion things which are going to be connected. 75 billion things. Imagine, like, you already have your phones which are connected. It's connected to your Facebook, it's connected to Twitter, it's connected to LinkedIn, it's connected to Dropbox, it's connected to Evernote, it's connected to Instagram. You can instantly take a photograph, upload it, people can see that. You also have certain applications which you can go and link and like specific sites and build your own site based out of that. So there are things which is constantly happening all the time. And how do you keep track of this? In fact, your toothbrush can keep track of how many times you've brushed in a month, how many times you've not brushed. Your fridge can tell you how much of milk is there in the fridge, whether you need to reorder new milk back in the house. So this is how connected products are going. And all of these are kind of starting off with trillions and trillions of conversations which is happening out there, which is going to be really, really a lot amount of data. In fact, all these systems are so connected that for us, the power of a smartphone is like a supercomputer in your pocket, right? Earlier for us, the mobile phones would basically do the call functionality and SMS functionality. But nowadays, we can do a lot much more on your smartphone. You can do applications, you can save your passbook, you can see your expenses, you can take care of your fitness scores. And in fact, I use a Run Keeper application that actually tells me it's been a while since you've taken a run. Why didn't you take a run? So it constantly reminds you of these things, which earlier was not possible with other applications or things. But as you can see, a lot of us customers, we are connected to other customers. So we're connected using applications. We're connected with our devices. We're connected with millions of other conversations happening out in the social side. But is your company connected? Are your employees connected? Are your partners connected? Are your customers connected? Is everyone in your organization able to connect to your customer? There is a big divide because most of these departments work in silos. The sales department, the service department, the marketing department, the IT department, each one work in their own style. And whenever you ask for information to flow between different teams, they say, sorry, we don't have access to that. So there's pretty much zero collaboration happening out there. But as you collaborate more, as you share more information along to different departments, you might always get an answer pretty fast. Now at Salesforce, we use the collaboration tool, which we call Chatter, very, very seamlessly. Any specific question, because being on a technology side also, I might not be a master of every single technology. I may not be a master of every single thing any customer would have seen. But whenever I come out, get a unique question for a specific customer, I push it out to our experts out there across the globe, and I get an answer much faster than anywhere else I would probably get. Now that's the power of collaboration. Imagine what you could do when you are connecting so many more powerful minds together. You can actually build applications which probably you've never thought of. So that's the power that the platform gives you to get your idea to an application really, really fast. And for customers who have started using our platform, be it the Sales Cloud, be it the Service Cloud, be it the marketing piece of it, all of them have seen tremendous success. And these are some of the metrics which you can see customers have seen by using the customer success platform, be it sales, service, or marketing. They've seen an increase in sales by 32%. They've seen a marketing ROI go up by 40%, customer retention increasing by 39%, and much faster deployment. I've spoken to many customers out there who use like a couple other products, you could say on-premise solutions, and when you ask them how's the upgrade, they say, we're in the process of upgrading, it's going to happen in the next 3 months, 4 months. But there has been a time where I've gone back to the same customer a year later and they're still in the process of upgrading. So is it that cumbersome that is required to upgrade an application? It should be seamless. It should be automatic. You shouldn't worry about, do I need to put 10 people into an upgrade team to just make sure that the product is upgrading properly, to make sure the customizations don't break, to make sure the integrations are all right. You don't have to worry any of that with the Salesforce platform. That is something we take care for you so that you can focus on what you do best in connecting with your customers, in understanding what your customers' issues and problems are, so that you can resolve them much faster. Now these metrics which you're seeing here is done by a third-party organization called Confirm It. So they have conducted a survey last year in the time frame of March to June, where they have sent this survey across to more than 6,000 people across different kind of organizations, enterprise organizations, mid-sized organizations, commercial organizations. And they have collected these responses, and then this is how these numbers have come out here. So about 6,000 people from across regions, across locations, across enterprises who have given this kind of metrics which you've seen. And to inspire you all to become a customer success company, what's important is you need to start adopting, to start seeing what other customers are doing. So be it you've got in ways in which you can connect to your customers, be it from a sales perspective for a salesperson, or be it from a service perspective, giving that enhanced service to your customer so that every time he comes back, he has the effect that, wow, I'm taken care, I'm in good hands. And whenever I have an issue or I have a question, I'm sure that I'm going to get an answer in a really short time. And that makes that brand loyalty also increase. Now, be it even the marketing side, you're able to create a one-to-one marketing, personalized relationship with your customer so that every time the customer is coming back to your website or coming back and checking his mobile phone, you're touching him in all the points in the same seamless way. So he has that one-to-one interaction, be it with hundreds of customers you might be having one-on-one, but you're giving a personalized attention to him, which makes him feel that he's an important customer for you. And that creates that journey for you. It's also very important because you've seen applications like communities out here. Everyone talks of communities here. But communities, if you have seen, they're very isolated. Most of the customers don't have a community for their customers. They don't have a community for their partners. They don't have a community for the employees. So when we're able to connect all these together, you're actually bringing out a very strong group of knowledge sharing, collaboration across. Now, it may not have to be everybody, and it might not apply where you want to share across employee, partners, and customers. But you could definitely share between employees and within your organization itself, so employees can seamlessly collaborate, or customers to seamlessly collaborate. One example I would like to share is The Home Depot, probably it's a US-based company which has global centers across. So Home Depot basically allows people, homeowners, to come and go and find out what are the kind of things that I need to improve my home. If I want to build a wardrobe, if I want to build a dog house, if I want to go ahead and build something else in my house, what do I need to do? So they have experts in each of these locations who tell these homeowners, the contractors, what they need to do to set that up. Now what they have done is they've gone ahead and built a community for all these people across the globe. And this has enabled them to connect all the experts in each of these stores to the customers directly in one single place. And it's been very, very powerful for them, because that way they're getting more and more ideas and knowledge getting shared out there. And rather than a customer coming to you and asking, how do I do this or how do I do that, they're actually getting it answered from another customer. Now imagine the power of that. They could also contribute an idea into your organization saying, why don't you probably come out with this concept? And then you can take that idea and put it into an application. So that's the power of the community out there. Something which I'm also very, very passionate about and really excited is the Analytics Cloud, which we launched last Dreamforce in San Francisco. That is something that I'll talk about during the course of this presentation. So one of the things that's very important is, for all this customer success platform, you need to have a single platform which enables sharing of information, right? So you're able to share data across different systems. You're able to do workflow sharing, you can do reporting, you can do collaboration. When I'm saying that, you can do it across sales, service, marketing, community, analytics. So across all of these applications. Now today, if you see, some of the sales applications are in silos, marketing applications are in silos, or probably if you're saying IT applications are in different silos. So none of them talk to each other. And if you want somebody to get some information from a marketing team or from a service team, nobody has that view. Most customers I talk to, they say, yes, we probably know that they're a customer, but beyond that, we don't know what they have. What have they purchased from us? What are the complaints they've had previously? What is their purchase history? How frequently have they come to us and spoken to us? They have no clue about that. The same when you talk to, it could be different types of organizations, right? But none of them have that single view of that customer, a 360-degree view of the customer, saying, when has he purchased? What has he purchased? What are the complaints? What are the issues? Is he an active member in a community? Is he contributing to that community? They can understand this. A simple example I would give you is Idea Cellular, right? So Idea Cellular, what it does is, there is a particular person out in Rajasthan somewhere who only does 10 rupee recharges. 10 rupee recharges is what he does. But Idea Cellular has kept that person as a VIP customer, because on Twitter, he has got more than 10,000 followers. So if this person goes and says, Idea Cellular sucks, 10,000 people are following him there, right? So this is the power of listening to your community, listening to what your customers are saying about you. Now, if you miss out on that, your brand is going to suffer. Your organization is going to get a hit back. So that's what I'm talking about. For you to be able to listen to these conversations, be it on a social conversations going out, be it conversations you're having with your customer, you're able to give that solution to your customer in the shortest period of time, making that customer happy and making him connected to you all the time. Now, this platform which we have this Salesforce One platform, I'm going to talk about it again after a couple of slides, which we have introduced the Salesforce One Lightning. The Salesforce One Lightning is basically what we have been using to build our applications for the last 15 years. We said, why not we bring it out for our customers? Why not we give them the speed at which we develop applications, give them the speed to start developing the same applications, so that your developers can build millions of applications. ISV partners, anybody can take our framework, take our builder, and start building these things out much faster. I'll come out to that in a later slide. But as we're talking of this customer journey, customer success platform, one of the things that I'd like to talk about first is the sales revolution that we've seen. So Design Within Reach is a customer organization that is very focused about giving specific kind of furniture for customers for their houses. Now this is an organization which is connected completely in a new way with their customers. Now whenever a customer walks into a store, instantly all the salespeople get to know who's the customer. On their smartphones, on their tablets, on whichever device they're using, they're able to identify this customer has walked, and they have a full profile of that particular customer in terms of what has he purchased, what has been the past interactions, has the customer had any issues, and they even have access to the full product catalog from their tablet or a smartphone device, where they can show the customer what and all products they have the latest, what are the finishes they have, what are the kind of colors they have. Right? Even if they want to go ahead and say they have done a back order, but the order has not yet been delivered, they can look into it and say, when is it going to get delivered? Now that's the power you're giving a salesperson when he's interacting with a customer, rather than telling him, can you give me 2 days, let me just go find out from my back office where that order is stuck. You're actually powering the sales guy to give that conversation and have a meaningful conversation with the customer right then and there. And you're creating that personalized experience, right? So if that customer walks either to, let's say, to Arun, if he's walking to Abhishek, anybody for that matter, it's the same one-to-one experience. That customer feels that he knows you, or you know the customer really well. And that creates that personal attention from that customer saying, I like these people. Even if they charge me a premium, they appreciate me when I walk into any store. Rather than being some nobody, you go into a store and nobody recognizes you. I would rather go into a store with people say, yes, this is what you purchased, these are your issues, we're working to fix it, and I get an immediate response. You feel important, you feel a sense of belonging over there. And that is what it's talking about, creating one-to-one personal journeys for your customers. Now this has really helped because of the Salesforce Sales Cloud, which is the world's #1 Salesforce CRM, has enabled you to do smarter selling to your customers. So be it anywhere, any point in time, you can sell from your mobile device. You can sell from your tablet device. So most of the people who are on the field, who are moving all the time, can instantly have access to information when they're meeting out customers. And if they need change, if they have any delays in meetings, they can instantly see who are the other customers in the vicinity and go and meet them up. They can update their notes and information then and there. They don't have to wait to come back and open their desktops and laptops. And when you're saying mobility, it is not just the standard functionality which you can do on mobile. In Salesforce, you can actually build custom stuff and instantly access it on your mobile without having to worry about how is the form factor going to look like, how is the device going to shape up. You don't have to worry of any of those kind of things. You have to just design what kind of an application you want, and it's instantly available on your mobile device. That's the power of Salesforce. And customers who've been using the Sales Cloud have seen increase in win rates, 39% increase in lead conversion, increase in productivity of the sales guys as well. And it's not just that I'm saying that, but if you go and ask any person out there, I've been in Salesforce over here for more than 2+ years, and I've been interacting with a lot of customers who've been using Salesforce the last 4 or 5 years. And one thing that they really like about is the way we constantly keep innovating, the way we keep bringing out new and new applications out, and the way they can start accessing the system. This is something which customers are really liking about it. And they say it's very easy to use. It's very simple to use. Though we're talking about all these kind of integrations and back office and all of that stuff, for a salesperson, the device, the application needs to be really, really simple to use. And that's the reason that makes it usable. Because people like to understand things very simple and easy. They don't want a complicated system. They don't want something that's really difficult to maneuver and manage. So that's another very, very important thing to make sure that the system is really easy to use. One of the other revolutions which we've seen is also the service revolution. And I would like to talk about the Philips over here. Philips as a customer, everybody knows Philips. It's like every household name, right? And Philips is known for bringing out, it could be any home appliances, it could be toothbrushes, it could be even complex medical equipment as well. So when you go in a hospital, you'd probably see ultrasound scanners, or you'd see some other equipment which is meant for medical testing and stuff like that. Now with Philips, what we have done is we've enabled them, more than 7,000 people, 7,000 users in the call center as well as the field service agent from Philips are able to access the Service Cloud. When I say Service Cloud, the service has been developed in such a way that whenever they're pushing an ultrasound equipment to any location, to any hospital, to any clinic, when the person has an issue, if he just presses a button on that ultrasound device, it instantly connects you to a Philips service person on the other side, and you're able to have a face-to-face conversation with that person. That's the power of service. It's not picking up a phone, seeing a phone number behind the panel, calling up the number, telling them this is my serial number, this is my purchase date, this is my warranty date, and then trying to get the service. It's a push of a button, that's the service. That is service on demand, right? And you're able to give the service not just from a device, you can give it from a phone, you can give it from anything you want to give it. And tomorrow you don't know what next is coming out there. But our platform is scaled to give you that capability so that you can start accessing it and using it that much faster. That's the power of service. And from a service perspective also, the Service Cloud allows you to give a simple console for your service agents to see all of the information with related to your customer in one single place, right? Be it a knowledge-based information, you can push it out publicly to your customers so they can do FAQs or frequently asked questions, so they don't have to call up your call center, they don't have to send an email to your call, so they can self-service themselves. So when you're sharing out public knowledge base to your customers only, they're able to self-service whatever issues and queries they have. You're able to do case deflection. You're able to do a call deflection, which actually means you're saving every single dollar which is coming into your organization, because the cost incurred will be lesser and lesser. And of course, you can again design the kind of service that you want to give to your customers based on the type of SLAs that they have. So if a customer is a gold level customer, you can give them a different kind of an SLA saying you will have a 1 hour response time or a 10-minute response time, versus a standard customer whom you want to give like a 60-minute response time. So you can completely personalize your responses, your service for each and every customer of your organization itself. Some of the metrics which, again, Service Cloud users have seen increasing retention of customer because of satisfaction scores. Again, agent productivity has gone up because it's a single console they have, a single view of the customer, all of the information in one single place. They don't have to open multiple windows, multiple other applications. It's all in one place, whatever they need to do. So it increases the agent productivity as well. And also faster case resolution, because you're able to collaborate in a single case with your experts, with your product teams, and you're able to resolve that case much faster, rather than just letting that case lie down there and sending out emails between different departments. You're not going to finish that case sooner rather than later. So that's service. It needs to be really, really swift. It really needs to be powerful, and it needs to be fast. Now, I've been talking of the sales revolution. I've been talking of a service revolution. We also come across a marketing revolution. Everybody knows about a company called Fitbit. Fitbit does these bands which you can fit it onto your hand, and then you can try and track how many calories you burned, how much you run, how much you walk. Right, so I have a customer here who's wearing a Fitbit. Thank you, sir. So do you track it regularly? Does it tell you how many calories you burned, how much you walked, how many steps you've taken? Does it send you reminders saying that today I've not burnt enough calories? You get? Does it tell you that, okay, today you've just been not walked or not run or whatever that is? So it's creating that personalized content for you, right? We are sending out targeted information based on your lifestyle, based on what you do. Now that is the power of the platform. That's where the Marketing Cloud is really, really powerful in creating that one-to-one journey with your customer. Be it a Fitbit customer, or be it an iPhone customer, or be it a Samsung customer, any kind of a customer you are. You're able to connect with that customer one-on-one. That makes you, okay, feels like, I have an app on my phone which constantly keeps telling me, okay, you have not run today. Or this is the same time you ran last week, why didn't you run today, right? So, oh, okay, then it reminds you, I've been running at this particular time, probably this is most optimum time for me to run. So it's about creating that journey with your marketing programs which you're doing with multiple channels. It need not be just the mobile phone. It could be email, it could be SMS, it could be any journey. And helping that customer build that journey upon till the time he becomes a customer. That's where the Marketing Cloud is really, really powerful. Personalized journeys, and these can be easily done by business users. You don't actually have to involve a lot of people to build these things out. It's all drag and drop. That's the power of Salesforce. When I say Salesforce, I've been saying Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Marketing Cloud. 80% of it is point and click, and 20% is code, which means you can literally drag and drop everything, and a business user can start using the application. You don't have to get an IT person who knows everything to set it up. It's as easy as doing it from a business analyst perspective, or even a salesperson can start setting up his own reports. It's as simple as that. Again, from a marketing perspective, like I said, you can build one-to-one journeys with your customers, personalize this content. You can even build digital branding stuff which you want to push it out to social media, which you want to push it out to Facebook or somewhere else, to Twitter. You can build that entire template which can be reused by the marketing campaigners and create that personalized message out for your customer out there. This is again a slide which talks about the kind of the statistics which customers have seen using the Marketing Cloud. Better lead volume, faster campaign deployment. And this is I was talking earlier about Home Depot. So Home Depot is being able to engage in a whole new way with the community of users, because they've been able to connect all their stores into one single community. So every customer of Home Depot is able to log into Home Depot, connect with the experts, connect with the contractors, and they can actually ask them questions. How much is it going to cost for me to probably build a 2-story doggy house, right? Can I do it on myself? Is there any other tips that I need to be aware of? Rather than getting cheated by the person who's next door who comes and says, I'll build this for you at this price, rather than getting it from an expert saying, this is what you need to be aware of. Do you need professional help, or you can do it yourself? Nowadays, because most of the things nowadays, it's all do it yourself, DIY like they say it. So you take the material, you take the guides, and you start doing it yourself. That's the power of Home Depot, and they've been able to connect with their customers, with their partners, with your experts in each of these department stores, and then able to make it a really, really powerful collaboration with their customers. And all of this, whatever they're doing, collaboration and stuff, is all done on the mobile as well. So it doesn't mean that you have to open up a desktop or a laptop to connect. They can actually do it from the power of the palm itself. With the customer community, of course, you're able to connect smarter because you're able to make better decision making. You're able to do business-wise, you can connect with your partner ecosystem, so your partners can see what kind of orders, if they need any backlog, if they need to order new stuff, they can do it constantly. You can see how many orders they have placed, how many customers have they booked in that last 1 month, what is the performance of your partner been, what is the target and what is versus the actual. So you can do comparisons. You can see how many meetings your salesperson, if he's going out to meet these distributors or channels or retailers, how many meetings is he doing? Is he actually doing those kind of meetings? They can actually do it on their mobile phone, where they can do a self-check-in, saying they've reached that particular location, mark the number of meetings they've done against the application, and then you can target and see if the sales guy has actually gone out and met his partners, retailers and stuff, all of that in one single place. And if there's any queries or issues the partner has, he can actually raise it right from the partner community itself. Or if he wants to get more information, more articles, he can do it from the partner community, where he can search the knowledge base for more information, article information, or find documents as well, what's required for him. And it'll be surprising to know that the data which we have created across the globe, 90% of the data has actually been created in the last 2 years. It's a huge amount of data, and this data, which we are saying, is because of the flood of the mobile devices, connected products, and everything, applications which have been flooding into the market. Nowadays, you can see smartphones are getting bigger and bigger. I remember probably when I bought a Nokia phone about maybe 10, 15 years back, it probably had like, I think, 28 MB of RAM or whatever that had, small memory card. I had to put all the contacts onto the SIM card itself to store the memory, because the phone didn't support that capacity of more than 50 numbers. But then nowadays you can see iPhones have moved from that 8 GB limit. The latest iPhones are running up to 128 GB of data. So the amount of data crunching is really, really high. And the next couple of years, it's going to probably shoot up to maybe 512 gigabytes or maybe even 1 terabyte on your phone, right? So you can actually run everything from your phone, right from storing 100 movies on your phone to probably do whatever you want on your mobile phone itself. So that's how technology is moving. It's moving really, really fast. But this data which you're getting, there's a lot of unstructured data also which comes with it. And they're saying it's 19 times more unstructured data which is going to come in the next couple of years, which is going to be very difficult for you to inseminate and understand what this data is all about. And as this data comes about, how do you understand this big data? Everybody's talking of big data, right? But there are vendors out there who have got business intelligence tools. The Oracles of the world, the SAPs, the Microsoft, all of them claim to have business intelligence tools. We have business intelligence tools. But these business intelligence tools have been long existed before these connected products have come out. But what have they changed from the business intelligence tools? Nothing yet. So we are not bringing in a new version out here, but we are defining the vision and how you want to see data in terms of analytics. So that's why Salesforce brought about the Salesforce Analytics Cloud, so that you're able to crunch and understand the data. It's not just meant to be, you need to have a star schema, or you need to have specific data crunching experts who can come and explain to you what the data is. But analytics is meant for everybody. And that's the idea from which Salesforce brought up the Analytics Cloud. That means anybody in your organization, if he wants to read and understand the data, he should be able to do that from the power of his hand itself. And that's why we made it mobile enabled from day one. That means you can actually crunch years and years and years of data in your single palm itself, where you can have structured data, you can have unstructured data, you can bring data from SAP or Oracle or any other device, and you can pull analytics around that. And the best part is you can actually collaborate on that data. If some data is missing, you can push it out to the sales team, you can push it out to the backend team, you can push it out to the manufacturing team and say, why is this not happening? Why the numbers are not reflecting correctly? And start getting actionable data from that. So that's the power of the Analytics Cloud. In fact, you're able to get to understand your customers in a whole new way. A simple example I would say is like, for instance, let's say if you're in sales and you're seeing that your numbers are not getting done, you can pull out this Analytics Cloud out here and see what is the best way you can increase your pipeline, what is the best way you can increase your target conversions. So you can see a low-hanging fruit much easily using the Analytics Cloud, rather than getting somebody else who's a data expert for him to take, I'll come back with a report in 2 weeks. Rather, you do it yourself in 2 minutes, and get those numbers out. It's much more powerful, it's much more easy, and it's all mobile enabled. Now, with the Analytics Cloud, what I'd like to highlight is, like I said, it's for everybody, anybody in your organization who can use the Analytics Cloud. Anybody who feels that data analytics is something that makes sense to them and it's important to them, they can start using that. They don't have to be experts in data crunching to be able to pull this data out. It's really, really fast, it's really easy, and it's mobile enabled on the platform itself. So you can pull data from any of your backend systems and start running analytics out of that. So I've been talking about the sales, service, marketing, analytics, community cloud, and we also have an app revolution, where we've seen Coca-Cola from Germany has actually built an applications for employee-facing, customer-facing, and partner-facing. So when I'm saying customer-facing, it's as simple as saying I'm a Coke drinker, and whenever I go into my kiosk, I have a special flavor that I'd like to do. I can actually use my mobile phone, take my mobile phone, it scans my phone, and it automatically makes my drink for me without me having to press a button on that. So that's the power of building these kind of applications. If you're talking of building an application which says it could be as simple as building an ERP application. You can actually do it on our Salesforce platform. That's strong and that powerful. But the question is, we're not looking at building ERP applications here, but any kind of an application that you want to build, which you have an idea, you can actually take that idea to an application really, really fast on the Salesforce platform compared to any other platform, be it Java, be it .NET, be it anything. You can do it really, really fast. I mean, typically in a Java, when you say it takes 3 to 4 months, with Salesforce, you can do it in weeks. I would say 3 to 4 weeks, you'd be able to do that. From idea to an execution to an actionable application running on the palm of your hand, you can do it in weeks' time. And how is this all possible? This is because we've brought about the Salesforce platform, which allows you to build customer-facing applications. We've got employee-facing applitions that allow you to build seamless applications, be it on your mobile device, be it on your laptop, any other system. You can choose our Lightning Framework Builder, which gives you a framework to start building the kind of application that you want to build. And you can actually expose it out to all your thousands of developers who want to build customized applications on the platform itself. So it's not just only for organizations to use, but it's actually been extended out as an open platform. We're not containing it, saying that for anything and everything you have to come to Salesforce for us to develop and build it to you, but we're actually opening up the platform and giving it to you so that your developers can leverage it, use it, and build the application that you would like to want from Salesforce platform. That's why we're saying it's a customer success platform. It is not a Salesforce platform. Unlike anybody else out there would have their own platforms and you have to use only their proprietary technologies, we're not limiting you to that. We're opening up everything. We're giving you that framework and allowing you to go ahead and ask your developers to start building applications from it. This is one slide which talks of our platform. So you can see the sales, service, marketing community. All of this sits on top of our Salesforce One platform. We have the Force.com, which is our employee-facing applications. We've got Heroku, which is the customer-facing applications. So if you want to do something which is like millions and millions of customers, you want to run scale up and down, and on a specific peak period of time, you can use Heroku applications for that. And you also have got Wave, which is the analytics cloud, which is another one which is all sitting on the Salesforce One Lightning platform. Like I said earlier, the Salesforce helps you to go from idea to an application really, really fast. Decrease in IT costs, easier system testing, faster integration, lesser coding, so that means you can do faster designing and faster configuration, faster deployment. So I've quickly walked you guys. I know it's a pretty short and pretty fast presentation. I didn't want to keep you guys too long inside a room with the presentation going on. So I just wanted to quickly walk you through what Salesforce offers you in terms of a customer success platform. So we talked about the sales cloud, the service cloud, the marketing cloud, the community cloud, the applications cloud, and the Salesforce analytics cloud as well. So with that, I'd like to open up if anybody of you have any questions for me.
I am Rahul.
Hi.
I have a query on the service and marketing cloud penetration in India. And the second query is on analytics, which you have probably referred as a replacement to BI. So how many companies have been able to use the analytics cloud, and probably when did you launch, and how do you see it shaping up in India?
Sure. So to answer to your first question, is a question in terms of how many customers we have or who our customers are?
how many customers you have in India for the service and the marketing cloud,
Okay.
and
Sure.
how much it is penetrated over there in terms
Sure.
of your customers?
So definitely. So coming to your first part of the first question, I would say over the last 2 years, so Salesforce has been actively penetrating into the market. We've got almost a couple of thousands of customers right now. The bulk of it is again the sales cloud piece of it, but a healthy number of it is again from the service cloud perspective, right? So the likes of like ClearTrip, the Snapdeal is a service cloud customer. We've got DTDC, which is a service cloud customer, 1,000 users. We've got Flipkart, Reliance.
Reliance is one of the
Large customers, yes.
Recently signed on Service Cloud. We have a large customer base on Service Cloud. Just
Yep.
to add
So I was basically asking in terms of the percentage penetration in context of the Indian market.
So it's been pretty aggressive over the last 2 years. The scales have really gone pretty high because a lot of customers were not aware of the capabilities. And second, I would say customers thought it's much easier to probably go for Microsoft or an Oracle or something, but they faced challenges when it came to scaling up the solutions or probably integrating to other systems and pulling out the data into a single system or even making it mobile. They were not able to do that easily. So when it came out to giving them actually what a system was capable of doing based on the kind of requirements they had, Service Cloud was able to outmeasure any of these other guys. So even though it was more expensive, customers embraced that basically because they felt that this is the way they can go forward and take them to the next level. Because they want to be able to do better service to more number of customers with a lesser number of people and a better quality of service, right? So everything comes with a certain premium to it. Coming to your second question, Analytics Cloud, this is something we launched at Dreamforce last year in October in San Francisco. So it's been available to the US folks at the moment. To India, we have still not yet got any customers because it will be available globally by June this year. So that's when we're going to be actively selling Analytics Cloud to customers worldwide.
Just add on to the same question I am how do you compare the service or analytics cloud with the Tableau or ClickView?
So I would say that's a great question, but in terms of Analytics Cloud, we are not specifically targeting the data warehouses and stuff because we don't have a data warehouse right now. But what we allow you to do is we have built it from a different platform, a different engine altogether. So it's something like a Google if you see, right? In Google, when you do a search, it brings you millions and millions of results in an instant. So that's the way we do that with our Salesforce Analytics platform. So it doesn't have like a data warehouse and stuff, but the beauty of it is you can not just bring structured data, but you can actually bring unstructured data. It can be in any format. The data can be in any format from any source, right? So you need a person who needs to be, one is the explorer and one is the builder. So the builder is the guy who builds data sets around it, but you don't need to again have a star schema like what you need to do in traditional BI tools, business intelligence tool. You need to have a star schema, you need to have a data expert who can build those kind of things and map it out to different things and then make sure the data is coming in a structured format. You don't have to do that with the Analytics Cloud. And once you have your data sets, then the explorer, people have to view these kind of reports and dashboards. They can actually build the kind of views the way they want. There's no limit in how they want to design those particular reports.
So are you suggesting that if I have some legacy sources, I do not connect the Salesforce and analytics with it?
So you can pull the data from that and you can then import the data into Salesforce Analytics Cloud and then build your reports off of that. Yeah. If you want to connect, we still provide a connector for that as well. So we have Canvas, which allows you to connect to legacy applications, which allows you to connect to any applications which don't have APIs and stuff. You can still bring data from that as well.
And how do you compare it then with ClickView again?
So they're not mobile first enabled. They're more in terms of giving you specific views and reports and stuff like that. So Salesforce does a lot more than that. We're not specifically trying to attack traditional BIs, but we're changing the vision or the way in which people look at analytics. That's the difference, I would say. Yes, sir.
Thank you. My name is Jaideep, and recently I did an exhaustive study on various SFA applications worldwide and where they are stronger, where they are weaker kind.
Sure.
3 releases minimum a year is really phenomenal, and which is as good as Amazon is doing, AWS, like they are also on the same lines. And it might be going higher also, maybe 3, 4, 5 a year, depending on the major changes happening in the innovations. And Second point is you guys really disturbed the sleep of companies like SAP and Oracle. Like they had their on-premise products, which started dipping in, and then they tried to sell their on-cloud product, which they built in an haphazard manner, which did not sell because it was carrying a cost. Then probably, and those customers started moving from on-premise their products to Salesforce or maybe Zoho kind. And then their recent offer is that they are giving the cloud product free of cost to them for a period, and giving them an hybrid kind of environment, some part on premise, and because it cannot move 100% in a day kind of thing. So that is, in fact, more disturbing for the customers as well as for the sellers. So that way, I mean, you are number one, but then there is a story like hare and tortoise. So never sleep on your way and
Absolutely.
let the tortoise
Absolutely.
move on. So I don't see any threat to you guys on from the bigger guys like SAP or Oracle kind, even Microsoft, because you are far beyond them. Do you perceive any threat from small players like Zoho or Sugar CRM? Is there any, I mean, has it put a...
Not really in that aspect. So we've not faced major threats from Zoho or Sugar. It's primarily been the bigger three players which we have seen. But like I said, our customer success, we're really proud of, that's been pushing us and increasing our business momentum. But like I said earlier, our commitment is firmly grounded towards innovation. That is something that is very keen and very passionate about to us, right? So we bring about 3 releases every single year, no matter what. And we've been doing that for the last 15 years. We've come out with 45 releases. And these 45 releases are automatic upgrades. None of your customizations break. None of your integrations break. Nobody out there can still guarantee you these things.
And customer doesn't get disturbed, or even customers, your customers might not be knowing that latest release is
happening.
correct.
Exactly. So like I said, I've spoken to many customers who came and said, we are upgrading, we are in the process of upgrading. But it's been 6 months, 12 months, they're still upgrading. And they've still not reached there, right? And there are customers who've gone ahead and gone with the newer applications, which, like you said, have started to push into cloud and stuff. But then again, customers have fallen down because they realize it's still not scalable. They're just doing it like in terms of taking new customers and trying out new things. Then customer comes back and say, I want something which has worked, which is working with other customers. I'm ready to take that right now.
Because in any case, they have to spend money on.
Exactly. So typically, the small ones have not been that much, to answer your question, have not made much of a dent. But yes, they do try and say that we can do the same things, the smaller stuff. It's a question of really how deep your penetration is, how deep your platform is, and how strong your community is, right? So our community is very strong with our partners, with our employees, with our customers. We have more than 225,000 customers, and customers across various verticals.
Yeah, and the beauty of product like, I mean, Salesforce and AWS is they do not differentiate between customers like.
Exactly. So we're very democratic.
Very democratic. Right. So I have a question, like you said 40% decrease in support costs.
Mm-hmm.
So this is question number 1. I mean, how could you attain it? 40% is phenomenal.
Sure.
And second question is, with the automatic releases happening thrice a year, kind of. So how you update your customers that what is new in the new build?
Sure.
And how they get conversant with the new features or something?
Sure.
I mean,
Absolutely.
do they require online training, video conferencing, or it pumps in automatically? I mean, if that is the case, then how? That is.
Sure. So to answer your first question, which you were talking about in terms of, if you could just read 40%, right now. So
You said 40%
correct,
decrease
I got
in
that,
support costs.
Right.
So that is
based on the kind of the report which is done by a third-party guy who does surveys across customers. So these customers are various customers. They're not a specific segment like enterprise or mid-market or GB or anything like that. So across segments from the service industry, whoever's been using Service Cloud, they do a survey of almost 6,000 plus customers. And they've come back and said that they have seen a decrease of 40% in the cost they're spending for their service, right? So it could be as simple as saying, I can relate that with a DTDC, for example, right? That's a customer I worked with. So they are using like 10 different backend applications, right? They're using different things for tracking the shipment. They're different. Right now they have integrated. But what they're planning to do is do away with a couple of systems so that they don't, yes, and that one system is going to be a consolidated system which all the information comes. So once you start removing all the unnecessary ones, you'll start automatically saving costs. The other thing is, again, your manpower also, you're able to, one person is able to do a job much better, which you had earlier 3 people to just export the data into it or managing tracking. You can actually do one person who has a complete view of the system. So a simple thing is, another one of the customers said he has sales guys who just goes and finds out how many orders the distributors are purchasing, right? How many is he placing? And then the same person came and said, okay, I have a service guy, he's technically sound. He goes and fixes my products and repairs my products with the distributors what he has. He can also go and take orders also. So I don't need 2 people, I need 1 person. So that in all different ways the costs come down. So it's no specific theory to it, but there are different ways in which you can address that.
And how much Salesforce own support cost has gone down over a period of years, or it has increased? Because definitely customers have increased.
Correct. So our costs have not specifically gone down, but what has gone up is our response times have really, we've been maintaining our response time consistently in spite of the volume spiking up. Like I said, a couple years back we were 100,000 plus, now we're at 200,000 plus customers. And believe it or not, we were working very closely with the chief, the support person out here in India. He's moved back to the US. So he was telling us there was a peak in time when suddenly the response time started shooting up, and then we had to identify what is the problem. And because of a platform, because we're able to integrate from different sources, it could be from Twitter, it could be from social media. Because like I said, there's one person from Idea Cellular who has 10,000 followers, right? So Salesforce doesn't want somebody who has like 15,000 followers and he's saying, I was not able to use Salesforce, or it was not working for me. That would be the biggest damage to us. So we get it from different places, and the integrations is plugged in, and we get people to start working on that. We get product experts to work on what's the problem to fix it. So we're able to collaborate with different teams. And that way we're able to do faster resolution. Faster resolution is lesser cost. Rather than keeping that specific case open for a couple of days, you're resolving it in a single day, 24 hours. So that also saves costs.
Maybe more acquisitions, definitely.
Right.
So
So I was saying, coming to your second part of your question, saying we do 3 releases a year, how do customers keep up to date and stuff? That's a great question. So we've been doing 3 releases constantly every single year. And the way we bring our customers out is before any release comes out, almost 45 days before that, our customers, whoever are accessing the system, get out emailers and saying this is what is going to change, right? So they'll be made aware of what is going to happen to it. They'll also have webinars which customers are invited to be part of for the new releases. So we have a release in summer, we have a release in spring, we have a release in winter. So all these releases, we invite customers to come and be part of webinars. If they are not able to make it, we have recordings which is available online on YouTube.
That is on-demand kind of thing.
So yeah, with
So it is
Salesforce,
real-time, on-demand, whatever they
correct.
want. Okay.
So with Salesforce, we don't limit ourselves with our kind of videos and trainings. All of that is openly available to customers from YouTube, any medium and place where they can pull out information and see that. Because
one more query. You have integrated NFC technology also on this?
Sorry,
like
sir?
the mobile devices you have started, I mean.
right.
I mean, there is no device which is left, which is not working on Salesforce. So you have embedded, I mean, integrated NFC technology like near field communication, RFID tags and all that?
So we...
Like you touched it slightly when one of the example customers swipes his mobile or something.
Correct, right. At these Coca-Cola kiosks and stuff, yes, we do that. So to come an example, it's something which is not out of the box, but having said that, like a platform is there, it's an open platform, so you can build the kind of applications that you want. There are customers in India are actually doing RFID tracking. Since you brought it up, they're actually tracking the goods from the manufacturing outlet once it leaves the factory till the time it reaches the distributor's place, the travel, the weight of the lorry. How much of goods is in the lorry. So they're able to constantly monitor and track that using RFID. They built that on our platform.
Yeah, not only goods, I mean people are being tracked.
Whichever, yeah.
So if they are on the planned route or not, and that is
yes,
also.
you can do that, yes.
So one more question, I forgot. I'll ask later.
No problem.
Rajiv here.
Yes, sir.
When it comes to a situation where you have to develop an application versus going on cloud, that could probably be a relatively easier decision because something I'm going to put the efforts starting ab initio. But if you happen to have a legacy application in the company and you've been constantly upgrading it, then the question comes in terms of when choosing between whether stay on with it and put more resources into versus move on to the app to the cloud.
Right.
That becomes a kind of a tricky one because you don't know whether the process is going to be reversible or not, if at all, if it doesn't come up to the expectations. any advice or any kind of
Interesting that you brought up, because a lot of customers have legacy applications and they have a ton of data actually sitting in that legacy applications, which makes them a little bit phobic to move to a new application, because the volume of data, the processes, everything is all in one place, right? Homegrown applications. A simple example I would say is homegrown applications, which customers or startup companies have built. They've just grown enormously, and now those applications are not able to stack up. So how do you address that question? So the thing, you could be, as long as you wanted the data in that system, if that data is very important to you, you can continue to keep that data as long as you want to run that system out. But your data, for, let's say for a recent 1 year or a 2 year, you can look at moving that data into Salesforce, whichever data is relevant for you, and start using up that. If that data is fine being there and you want to start from a clean state, you can start with a clean state because you still have your old data. Get your old processes, workflows, everything set up with the new system. Start using the application. I would recommend doing it in a phased manner so that people start getting used to that application, because someone who's used to the traditional or homegrown application, for them when they see Salesforce, they feel there's a lot of things they can do with it, right? And they feel a little bit overwhelmed saying, oh, it's a little difficult for me. So ideal way of saying is just keep it similarly and slowly start. Once people start using it and adopting it and start seeing benefits from that, in terms of mobile, they can use it on the mobile, they can use it on any device, they can easily access this information offline as well. So once you start doing that, then you start increasing the way in which you want the application to pan out. If you want to integrate it to other systems, if you want other departments to come into the system, that's how it will easily work out. There are a lot of customers who actually move from the traditional applications to Salesforce as well and seen success with that. So
could you potentially also sync up the data, not only whatever is coming up, accretion of the data also goes back into the
yes, we can do that.
system,
yes.
so that at least today you're sure about
Absolutely.
that if at all you were to revert to the old system, you
Absolutely.
could potentially do that.
Great question that you brought about data stuff, because you can schedule your exports of data which comes in Salesforce, right?
Both sides.
Both
ways.
sides. So
Both
in
ways.
terms of if you want the data to sit, you don't want a large chunk of your old data to be sitting inside Salesforce, because this is the cloud infrastructure, right? So data storage space also takes too much of space. It will be costly for you guys. So you want to keep only the relevant data or data which is important to you on the cloud, rather than keeping the bulk of it. Because half the time we have seen, like a lot of customers, just since you were asking this, a lot of customers say we want offline. But when we did an actual survey, 85% of the customers who wanted offline have never used an offline system. This is the thing which we have seen. Everybody says we want offline, but 85% of customers, nobody uses offline. Very few customers use offline. And so a lot of customers say we want mobile offline. But really, how much of are you going to use? Are you going to use the entire data of your whole organization on your mobile phone? Or are you going to use your relevant 50 contacts or 50 accounts, right? So the same way, if you want your legacy system, do you want to move all the data, even the junk, into this? Or do you want to move just a subset of that, which is actually our active data, into this? And then keep this system more proactive and more easily scalable and integratable, rather than having somebody to manage that volume of data, which is maybe redundant for all you know. So it's a question of how you want to do it. One-time migration would be better rather than keeping both in sync. If you want to do both in sync, that's also possible using Canvas. So we use Canvas to connect to legacy systems and bring the data into Salesforce. You can push data back into your old systems as well. It's a question of overheads of maintaining two systems is what I would say.
That's a trade-off.
Yep. Yes.
Any plans to enhance the UI capabilities?
And in terms of, if you can be more specific.
So if the UI can also be very configurable and very flexible towards the development side, that will help us more.
Sure, I mean.
It already is, but can be enhanced, I guess.
Exactly, because a lot of customers you have spoken to are saying the UI is very simple, very easy to use, very easy to customize as well. If you, from a developer perspective, if you feel that something more is required, they can always go up to our developer forum and push questions out and answer. Like
just to come out of the 80-20 rule of custom versus COTS. Just want more flexibilities on the UI side.
Correct. So if you want to do Visual Force or you don't want to do own branding, you can do Visual Force and brand it up completely yourselves, right? Rather than doing any configuration. Configuration is mainly addressed towards business users or towards people who are not IT, so that they can easily leverage the power of the platform and power of the Salesforce. So for developers, again, you have your own Apex and Visual Force and all of that stuff, which you can build fancy UIs itself. In fact, we have a group of UI designers within Salesforce itself who build really, really good UIs. And these guys are doing it on the platform. So I don't see any reason why you shouldn't do it. If you're a developer, then they should easily be able to reskill themselves. UX designers can easily be able to build the kind of designs that you want to do it.
Are they part of your CFL program?
They're not part of the CFL.
Part of services.
Services team, yeah. So yeah, they work with the specific customers who specifically want to engage Salesforce services. Very complex projects, those kind of things. Any other questions?
What happens in offline? If connectivity goes
Right.
and free task force, how?
So we have a briefcase in Salesforce, which allows you to actually offload your contacts, accounts, opportunities, and stuff like that. And then you can go ahead and do things like create an activity task or an appointment or an event, create an event. This is what I met with this customer. He has so-and-so plans. I have to meet with him 3 weeks later or 2 months later, whatever it is. So you want that information to be documented, saved, and synced up later on with the system. So you go into your offline mode and do it. Like I said earlier, 85% of people who have it don't use it. So it's a question of whether they really want to use it.
More of psychological.
Exactly. So we're going to be having Salesforce One, the mobile app also what we have, has the capability of offline. Offline view is right now available. It also caches a certain amount of data on your phone itself, so you can still access that information. Edit is going to be available in the next couple of months, so you'll be able to edit information as well. So contacts, accounts, opportunity-related information, you can edit offline as well. Yeah. Yes, you can select what objects you want to put into your briefcase, which are the guys who need to have access to briefcase, and then you can set it up as well. Any other questions? Do you guys want to see a small what possible with the platform video to show you in terms of just to give you ideas?
What if you could take your best ideas and turn them into business apps to revolutionize your company in a matter of hours? The Salesforce One platform lets you build apps for the next generation of devices fast, so you can connect your customers, your employees, your partners, and even your products in a whole new way on the customer platform. Your apps are built and run on the same secure, trusted platform as Salesforce's own award-winning sales, service, and marketing apps, as well as thousands of apps built by independent software vendors available on the App Exchange. Customers have built over 3 million custom apps, mobile apps that show doctors how to use new medical devices, let service technicians order replacement parts in the field, allow marketers to share ideas and collaborate on campaigns, and social intranet apps that keep employees in touch no matter how far apart. Developers have instant access to cutting-edge frameworks, mobile APIs, offline access, customer data, and geolocation, all right out of the box, so they can focus on building amazing user interfaces in any language instead of wasting time on infrastructure and back-end services. Business analysts from anywhere can also create apps specific to their department, all built with clicks without IT resources. From adding fields and formulas, designing page layouts, all the way to automating key business processes and creating reports and dashboards. Done in minutes instead of waiting in the queue. Then deployed instantly across every device. And when your app is built on the Salesforce One platform, you have one secure login to access all your business apps, even your non-Salesforce apps, powering your own cloud ecosystem. Ready to turn your ideas into apps? Innovate faster than ever before with the Salesforce One platform.
Patiently listening out to this session, and thank you once again for coming down here. It's been a real pleasure talking to and meeting each one of you. Thank you.
Thank you everybody for sparing time for the event. Arun and his team would be around, and you can interact with them more informally over drinks. So please join us for cocktails and dinner. Thank you.